What is going on, fellas, and welcome back to the Beta Save. Still a work in progress title. I should probably think of one soon. It is less than 2 weeks until the full game releases, so this might end up just being called the Beta Save for the rest of the series. As you can see in front of us, we have our youth intake, and as you can see, it's not very good. The two players here, there's Alvarez, who is a centre back, doesn't actually look terrible. He is only 16, so there's definitely time for him to improve. He's fairly ambitious as well, so that's a good sign. So I'll probably just sign him, bop him into the under-19s and see what happens. Same with Pedro Niguez. Pretty sure it's the same last name as Saul. Is he related to Saul? Nope. He's a little, like, of the two that we've looked at so far, he's far more of a kind of player. He's a pressing forward with no strength or balance, and he can't concentrate, and he doesn't anticipate anything. Like, this guy probably pisses his pants because he doesn't anticipate the fact that he needs to urinate. He has a jumping reach of 1, which, you know, he is 5'7", but still, basically, when he goes to jump, he doesn't leave the ground. I'd still probably sign him, see if he could become valuable enough that a second division team might pick him up. His positioning is shocking as well. So, like, if you were to play him as an advanced forward, this guy is just awful. He is so bad. He's got decent passing, actually. It's not terrible. He's got good teamwork and work rate. Maybe not as a striker, but he could learn to be something else. Definitely not a winger. But five crossing? No. The only other players then I'm really kind of... I'm not really considering any of the rest of the other players. I'm just going to sign those two because why not? I am looking at the Bulgarian goalkeeper because he's Bulgarian. And look at him. He looks like he's going to murder everybody. And he likes me, so I'll probably sign him just because he likes me. Then we have a Belgian winger, who's not really a winger. He's got 4 crossing. He's not really a winger. He's good, decent at free kicks. He can make decisions most of the time. He's pretty angry, and he accelerates quickly, but has shocking pace. Good natural fitness though, so you know. Then we have a French winger, who again, it's not really a winger. I feel like he'd be more of a right back for me. It's not a terrible idea. Train him to be a right back, see what happens. And then there's a Mexican. I'm probably going to sign the Mexican just because he came all the way from Mexico to be a part of the squad, and he is super brave. But he's, again, technically sucks ass. Mentally, yeah, he's fine. Physically, he's decent-ish. Again, can't jump, no strength whatsoever. The guy is made of paper. But I'm going to have a proper look, I suppose, at every one of them and see if there's any reason to sign anyone else other than the top 2, the guys who have the most potential, and that Mexican guy, because he came all the way from Mexico. He came all the way from Mexico. So I might just throw him in for the lols. Other than that, I'm not so sure. There's a guy in here who played for, was it Alcaran? Or he came through the Alcaran youth setup. But I haven't really gone into much detail looking at the players because it popped up just before I started this recording. So I haven't looked at everyone just yet. Hence, I only knew a little bit about these two, and then nothing about anyone else. I think I did look at, this guy, he's not 16. This guy is like 27. He doesn't look 16 either. But we have a lot of 16-year-olds and two 17-year-olds. So a young fullback, Pedro, and our goalkeeper is 17. But like they said in the potential youth intake thing in the corner, don't expect much. I wasn't, and we got nothing. So what are you going to do? So we'll be back in just a second because we haven't quite reached we're playing Bayern Munich. Completely forgot to mention that. We're playing Bayern Munich in the next round. So we're going to do both games of both legs of the Bayern game. Oh my god, I cannot speak the English. League-wise, 1 point behind Real Madrid still, but we play Leganes at the minute. So we'll see how that goes in just a second. Is there anything else I wanted to mention? We beat Alves 4-0. Getafe 5-0. Morata banging in a hat-trick. And he scored twice against Alves. So, decent stuff. Pretty decent. It's fine. After beating Inter 3-0. We haven't conceded in the whole of March. But we conceded one against Bilbao. So we will be back in just a second to see how we get on against Bayern Munich, who I'm assuming are top of the league. They are, of course. Why wouldn't they be? It's Bayern Munich, it's Germany. They have Lucas Hernandez. He's going to go back to haunt us as well. Alright. We'll be back in just a second. Don't go anywhere. We've 2 games coming in this episode against Bayern Munich. So hold on to your pantyhose, fellers. Alright, fellas, we are back for the game against Bayern Munich. Bayern Leverkusen are playing against Barcelona. So this should be an interesting game. They have 5 unregistered players. Tolisso is suspended. Thiago, player I wanted, out injured. Hector's injured. Coman and Diego Demi. 15.5 million. Ooh, fruity. I don't know, to be fair. Haven't really looked too deep into the Bayern squad. We got our budgets because we have now qualified for the Champions League. So since you were here last, which would have been the game against Leganes, was the last one. I think it was just before the Leganes game. I showed you the youth intake. Correa and Zappazali both scoring goals, which we laboured to that win. That was a very, very difficult win for us. Gorenk had a very good game though. So, to those who said that my transfers in January were bad, Gorenk had a great game. And then against Sociedad, we were terrible. And then I made a slight tactical tweak, and we absolutely destroyed them. We scored twice in 1 minute in extra time. There was 5 minutes added on. We scored in the 95th and the 96th minute. We also scored in the 82nd. So take that how you will. 5-2 looks an awful lot easier than the game actually was, to be fair. And as I said, because of those results, we are guaranteed Champions League football, which is always nice. With 7 games left, we're still 1 point behind Real Madrid. They're still unbeaten. So are Barcelona. I'm kind of annoyed that we dropped points against Barcelona now. But if you take everything into consideration, we've probably been the better team over the whole season because we've had the least amount of draws of the top 3. Only Levante have drawn less than us. So, and the only teams that have lost less than us are Real Madrid and Barcelona. So, in a sense, we're pretty good. Like I said, we've had our budget. So, take a wild guess what you think the budget is. So, I'm going to give you 5, 4, 3, 2, One, have you made your guesses? It's 94.12 million. Where did this money come from? And 3 million in wages. So that means, if you go to the finance section, that's a whole lot of money. Plus 100% transfer revenue. And currently spending 2 million. Well, 2.36 million a week on wages. We're committed to spending almost 2.5 million, but we have 3 to spend. So, I think we're doing pretty good. And yeah, like I said, we're playing Bayern today. Should be an interesting game. We have a couple of injuries. Don't know. I'm showing you that screen. Hector Herrera is capable of playing, and João Felix is finally sort of back from his injury. So the two of them make it on the bench today because we don't have any other players. I could put Mias on the bench. Don't see the point in it, to be honest. We're just going to submit this team. It's the team you know, it's the team you love, it's the team we play pretty much constantly. Youth intakes, I decided to sign all but 3 of them because I want to see if... Oh, we're inside in the boardroom. Oh, there we go. We're in the stadium now. I decided to sign all but 3 players and then decided just before this game, might as well just sign all of them if we're going to sign all but 3. One of them instantly went from a possible 3-star potential to, I think it's a 4.5 star potential. So it's not terrible. It's the centre back, the one that looked the best of everybody. He's the one that went straight to a 4.5 star potential, I think. So hopefully he'll progress. That would be nice to have a cheeky little 16-year-old to bring into the first team occasionally for next season. Lewandowski gets the ball taken off him by Jimenez. Jimenez had a very poor shot, or poor game in the last one against Sociedad. Jimenez puts it over. Am I playing Jimenez and Felipe? I am. I'm playing them the right way around. Interesting. Did I see Hermoso on a 6.2? I suppose he's got Thomas Muller, but still. Vitolo. Oh, Morata almost puts it past Manuel Neuer. Nicky Sewell. Coutinho. Why are we giving... Okay, we're going to... Alright, just leave Lewandowski, free roam. Do whatever you want, bud. It's not like you're, one of the best players in the world. Thankfully, he put that one over. We're going to demand more. Llorente clears it. Nicky Sewell picks it up. Manuel Neuer, actually, pressing Manuel Neuer is a good idea, seeing as how he's probably on an attack instruction. Thomas Lemar holds up the ball. That was a nice tackle by Nicky Sewell. Lewandowski. See, look. Saul. Oh, he scored it. We scored from the halfway line. Saul with the halfway line shot. Saw Manuel Neuer off his line. All because we pressed Lewandowski. And then, it was so sweetly struck. And Manuel Neuer is left trying to pluck the ball out of the air, but could not do it. And we are 1-up away from home against Bayern Munich. Hermoso. Vitolo gets the ball, has a poor attempt at a crossfield pass. Goretzka. Coutinho's been set free. Muller puts it wide. I think Vitolo might have been the one who was pissed off by me demanding more. Llorente, beautiful tackle on Lewandowski. This is why you should do all the things to the strikers. Morata That did not look like a player who's scored quite a lot of goals this season. That looked like somebody who's never seen a football in their life. According to this, it's raining. Doesn't look like it's raining. Kimmich, why are you backing off Kimmich? Okay. Alright, well. You basically asked for this. Like, we should be pushing in on these players, but Kimmich, that was too easy for him. David Alaba just puts it across. Kimmich just runs in, and all my players back away from him. And then Oblak just can't get a hand to it. Bear had a player sent off in the 29th minute against Barcelona, and they're still drawing. We've been the better team. Go out and do the things that make us do the things that win. If we can do the winning, then we won't be losing. And that is a fact. That is a scientific fact. Theo Hernandez, Lewandowski, Coutinho gets past his man. Trippier clears it. Correa picks it up. Big ball forward to Morata. Oh, beautiful first touch. And Manuel Neuer with the save. Lemar whips it in. Felipe. Oh. Morata was offside. Manuel Neuer to Nicky Sue. Oh, Trippier gets there but can't get the ball to... Was it Llorente? Yeah. Sue. Big ball up. Jimenez. Oh, he can't get there. Trippier. I was expecting Trippier to get sent off there. Not gonna lie. I felt like that was a Trippier getting sent off moment. Coutinho puts in the cross. Correa. Why didn't you just control that? Okay, the highlights ended. That is fine. I can dig, if you will. I can dig it. I really want to bring on João Felix, but I don't. Hermoso is quite error prone today. We don't have a left back to bring on, so there's that. Felipe, big ball forward. Correa doesn't get there. Coutinho picks up the loose ball. Coleman, who shouldn't really be playing, because I thought he had an injury, but alright. They've just brought him on. Fair enough. They've taken off Coutinho, which is interesting. What the hell happened there? Yeah, Hermoso don't really have a left back on the bench, but what I could do. He's not done a whole lot other than scoring that goal. I think we bring Zabazali on and put Saul at left back, but make him a complete wing back. In the game against Real Sociedad, he scored from left back, so why not? We're going to take Morata off as well because he's been pretty ineffective, and bring on Isaac. Saul out to Trippier. Trippier whips it across, and Vitolo manages to hit the crossbar and put it over. Vitolo is having a very poor game. So why did I pause? I don't normally pause. I feel like I've done something wrong by doing that. I feel like I've done something I shouldn't have done. We're going to put Zabazali in the attacking midfield position, bring on Herrera, move him back to the box-to-box midfield, and then move Lemar onto the left wing, because when Lemar has been playing well, it's been on the left wing. He's been out of form recently, which is less than ideal, but we can deal with it. Yeah, go on. Try more long balls. Lemar whips it in. Felipe doesn't get there. Zabazali. Oh, for the love of Jesus. Lewandowski. He's got nobody really ahead of him. Klosterman. Perisic. Oh, gets Oblak saves it on the line. Felipe. Isaac for some reason doesn't run after it, but Lemar to Llorente, out to Saul, whips it across. Nobody's there. It wasn't a great cross either, to be fair. Felipe to Llorente. Correa over to Trippier, whips it across. No, can't get it to Isaac. Zabazali. From distance. Oh, that was cheeky. Lemar puts it in. Felipe. Manuel Neuer with the save. Plucked it out of the air. Trippier to Herrera. Perisic wins it. Lewandowski's put through and Felipe loses. But Felipe. Was that Felipe or was it just a poor shot? I'm not sure. Barca are 2 up against Bayer Leverkusen now. And we've managed to pull a draw out of the Bayern game. So, that's not terrible. I'm happy with what I saw. Or I'm happy with what I saw. I'm going to tell Vitolo he was shit. Because he was. And I'm going to say I was disappointed in Morata. Could have told Saul that he played well. Not gonna. Who was man of the match? Kimmich. Okay, fair enough. I didn't think he was that good, apart from the goal he scored. But that's fine, I suppose. I'm now going to go and play the Espanyol game off screen. And then we're going to come back for the second leg against Bayern Munich. And then we have Real Madrid a week after. Boy, this season is getting spicy meatballs. So we'll be back in just a second for the home game against Bayern Munich. Don't go anywhere. Stay right where you are, fellers, fellerites, and felleroids. Fadoodaloo. Alright, fellers, we are back for the game against Bayern Munich now for the second leg. As you know, we drew the first leg. Man City drew with Napoli in the second leg, but go through 3-1 on aggregate. And Liverpool, well, they dominated the second leg. 3-0 against Valencia, 4-1 on aggregate. It's going to be interesting. The game in between, we beat Espanyol 3-0. Fairly easy. What I found interesting was you'll notice that Real Madrid are no longer top. Because Barcelona did us a favour and beat Real Madrid. Real Madrid have now lost a game and are 2 points behind us. Barcelona are still unbeaten, which is disappointing. Thomas Lemar, top scorer. Alvaro Morata, third. We're doing good in the goal scoring section of this season. So, could be worse. We have a little bit of an injury issue / some players played for the under-19s and I forgot that the under-19s were playing. So Erakovic isn't available. Isaac is after picking up a sports hernia. It's going to be out for 5 weeks. Marin still, it's not changed. Garces is sitting on the bench today because we don't really have any other players. João Felix sits on the bench as well. I'm hoping I don't have to bring him on, but if we have to, we will. Lemar and Jimenez both signed contracts in between both Bayern games. But this team we're starting with, it's Oblak, Trippier and Saul. Jimenez, Felipe as our back five. Llorente and Zabazali playing in central midfield with Correa, Lemar and Vitolo, who should be on attack, with Morata ahead. So, that all being said, we're going to jump into this game. It is 1-1 from the first leg. We have an away goal, so if we can keep a clean sheet tonight, we're guaranteed to go through. That's all I'm saying. Just going to say that if we draw 0-0 or don't concede, we're through. So as long as we don't concede, it's fine. Guess we're about to find out. Correa's been pulling all the strings. Fantastic. Swiss Army knife. Yep. Lemar is... we're playing Champions League football. That's what we're doing. We've a couple of players who can play in multiple positions, such as Saul, who's playing at left back today. Zabazali, who can play as an attack midfielder. Lemar, who can play on the left or on the right. Oh, Llorente just puts it over. Lemar can play on the left, on the right, in the centre. João Felix can play on the left, right, centre and as a striker. Gorenk can be a right back or a left back. Hermoso can play a Gorenk can be a centre back or a right back. Hermoso can be a centre back or a left back. So it's all very good. Again, you are telling me lies by saying that we're not going to press Lewandowski. We're going to press Lewandowski. We're going to tackle him hard. We're going to do everything we can to make sure that Lewandowski has no input into this game. Correa puts it forward. Alaba, who's playing at left back today. Coutinho. Trippier's just kind of running around him, but wins the ball back. Zabazali puts Correa through. Correa tries to cross it, but can't. Gets blocked by Theo Hernandez. Oh, Saul picks up the crossball. Lamar. Vitolo. There we go. Vitolo, the man that started the season as first choice left winger, very quickly lost his position because I didn't think he was good enough. Has now scored his 10th of the season. Lamar with yet another assist. He has been exceptional this year. He has been ridiculous. Oh, it's amazing. And I did consider selling him, and I'm glad I didn't. Llorente, he's hit that crossbar. I prematurely celebrated. I was just about to go, yeah! Oh! Probably a kiss of death, but I'm hoping Morata doesn't pick up an injury, because I don't really want to bring on Garces, or I suppose João Felix wouldn't be the worst player in the world to bring on. But other than João Felix, we don't really have a striker that we could bring up or put in. So we might end up having to go strikerless. Correa puts it in. Vitolo just puts it over. In case you're wondering, all the sniffling. I sneezed but a moment ago. Well, it was a bit more than a moment ago because it's been 5 minutes that we're recording. But yeah, quite a big sneeze. So the face is still a little bit... Nicky Soul. Morata, 28th of the season. Alvaro Morata. I am so glad that there's an agreement in place to bring him in. He has been very good this year. Not sure what Manuel Neuer was expecting when he passed the ball to Nicky Soul. And he just gets down on his knees like, what have I done? But he probably said it in German, I would assume. What have I done? It's not German. Llorente. Oh, he just puts that wide. Llorente has definitely grown into my central midfield because he wasn't a first choice. He was actually behind Aidan O'Pardy like a Thomas Partey. But he complained about not getting enough first team football and decided to give him an opportunity. And he has been very good. Speaking of, he wins the ball and Correa just... I don't want to talk about it, okay? Llorente has picked up a booking. That is fine by me. As long as he doesn't get sent off. Which, speaking of, you need to calm down. Let's see if he gets sent off. I hope he doesn't. Kai Havertz has scored against Barcelona as well. Interesting. 2 German and Spanish teams playing today. Felipe with the header away. Jimenez. Zabazali. Everyone's playing head tennis. Lamar. Zabazali. Llorente. Heavy touch but wins the ball back. He knew what he was doing. Vitolo tries to dink Manuel Neuer. Manuel Neuer's conceded twice and has a 7.2. Fair enough. Pavard, who's playing at he's not playing anymore. Benjamin Pavard's going to get sent off. No. Oh, they've moved him to right back. Okay, because it came up saying that he's an accomplished crosser of the ball. Thomas Lemar beats Manuel Neuer. It is 3-0 on the night, 4-1 on aggregate. Lemar's 26th of the season. When they came up saying that Pavard was an accomplished crosser of the ball, I was thinking they must have done something. Oh, and Nicky Soul, what a powerful header. Lamar puts it in. Felipe. Oh, how is he offside? How is Felipe offside? Okay, he's very offside. Never mind. No, what? That wasn't him that was offside. Was it Morata that was offside? Saul. Vitolo. Back to Saul. Big ball forward. Nobody gets there, but Pavard keeps a hold of it. Martinez loses it to Vitolo. Puts Correa through. Oh, that was such a tight angle. What a goal. I was expecting him to push it or bring it back to either Lamar or Morata. No need. Martinez just kind of dilly-dallies on the ball. Vitolo takes it. Correa looked like he took it too far and then just somehow managed to put that past Manuel Neuer. Javi Martinez, he was Bilbao. Yeah. I knew he was Athletic something or other. Wasn't sure if it was Madrid or Bilbao. Grank is going to come on for Trippier. Saul is going to come on for Hermoso. And yeah, we bring on Hector Herrera for Zobo. Big Zobo is... Did I pause the game? Jimenez puts it out to Trippier. Trippier cross field. Pavard gets a hold of it, but Vitolo picks it up. Taliso heads it away. Lorente wins it, but then loses it. Pavard, big ball forward to Gnabry. And he's just put that wide. That would have been... I put my hands up. I wouldn't have been annoyed if he'd scored that, because it was a very nice run. Going to give the lads an old cheeky bit of praise. My entire front four has scored. So you know it's gone well. 5-2 on aggregate as it stands. That's why I said as it stands. I felt like Nicky Suli was going to make a mistake, and he did. Morata, 29th of the season. Oh. If we could win the Champions League first season, that would be very nice. Alvaro Morata. Still telling me that Lorente should ease off tackles. 43 shots, 23 on target, 52% possession. We were dominant. Well done, lads. Alvaro Morata, you absolute beautiful human being. Vitolo, you played fantastically as well. Jimenez, you done the business too. Everybody should be proud of themselves. Well done, lads. We're into the next round. And Barcelona go in with us. There is... Okay, we're playing Man City. Just... Okay. And Liverpool, Barcelona. So it's going there. Oh, it could be an all-Spanish or an all-English final. I'm hoping we play Liverpool. How delicious would it be to play Liverpool in the final after beating Man City? Also, we've made a couple of very nice signings that you might want to look out for in the summer. Probably none of them are going to play right away, I would think. Don't think any of the signings I've made are going to make it into the first team straight away. But one of them is a 15-year-old attacking midfielder who looks very good. And yeah, the next games we're going to play against Man City in the next round of the Champions League into the semi-finals. We're playing at home for the first leg, away for the second leg in just under 2 weeks. I cannot wait. It is going to be can't wait to play at the Etihad, or the City of Manchester Stadium. But yeah, jeez, we just beat Bayern Munich 5-1. We just beat the best team in Germany 5-1. And then we got to take on the best team in England, who are top of the league, joint with Tottenham. Liverpool have a game in hand though. Come on, Spurs. Come on, Spurs. Come on, Spurs. If you've made it this far, IntoRowZ, Spurs are going to win the league. Arsenal are 5th. To be fair, the English league is Norwich are 7th. What? Leicester 19th, you know. Why wouldn't they be? Brighton relegated already. Chelsea in 6th. Standard, you know, as you do. Southampton 11th. Oh, there's a bit of a derby match coming up there now. The Liverpool derby. Sheffield United not doing too bad for themselves. Chris Wood, top scorer, just in case anyone hadn't noticed. This could be a very good season. We could still win the league and the Champions League. I think I would be seen as the greatest manager of all time, because we've already won the Spanish Super Cup, which I don't think I mentioned, made me one of the best Irish managers in the history of the world. So, I win one cup that means absolutely nothing, and I'm the 9th best Irish manager ever. Go figure. Other than that, yeah, we're going to play Man City in the next episode, which will be tomorrow. We are going to absolutely smash faces, and everyone's going to be really, really happy, except the Man City fans, obviously. Yeah, if you've enjoyed, please make sure to leave a like, comment, subscribe. Let me know what you think the score is going to be against Man City. I'm going to go out on a limb and say 7-1 on aggregate. Why not? We just beat Bayern Munich 6-2 on aggregate. I think 7-1 against Man City. Could happen. Anyway, thank you very much for watching, fellas, and I will see you in the next one. Bye!